Changi Hospital, Singapore's most haunted place, last known as a government hospital that has been shut down since 1997 and abandoned until today. The question that gets to me is why the Singaporean government left this place abandoned for so long, even before it was dubbed as haunted by locals. To find out why, let's go back to the 1930s. In 1935, when the British ruled over Singapore and was still a part of Malaysia, the Changi Hospital building was developed as for military purposes like armories and barracks for the British Royal Air Force. As World War II arrived during the Japanese occupation of Singapore, the building was used as a hospital to house the wounded Japanese soldiers and both Allied and civilian prisoners of war, or POWs. Run by the infamous Japanese Kempeitai, had built a secret room used as a torture chamber. This was based on the unfounded rumor of a small room with narrow and high windows accompanied with thick chains and bloodstains left on the old floor. Before we continue, here's a little insight on the techniques used as torture by the Japanese at the time to give you a better idea on what it might have been like at the Changi Hospital. Cannibalism. Some Japanese soldiers would eat the prisoners of wars as means to terrorize prisoners and strengthen the bonds between soldiers. Organ dissection. Soldiers would remove the organs and or limbs of the POWs without any source of anesthetics. This includes the removal of brains, intestines, esophagus, and livers. Some were even reattached as a cruel experiment. Bamboo. POWs were impaled over sharpened, quick-growing bamboo shoots from the anus upwards until death. Here's a fact. Bamboos grow a few inches a day. Water. In interrogations, the soldiers would place tubes in the throats of prisoners and would pour water into the tube until the water leaks out through the nose. This one I call the Japanese swing. The soldiers would hang prisoners by their tongues or thumbs until they either died or broke apart. After the war, the hospital underwent several name changes based on the British, New Zealand, and Australian troops that were still stationed in Singapore, which was named the Anzac Hospital, then known as the UK Military Hospital to the Singapore Armed Forces Hospital, before finally renamed to the Changi Hospital in 1976, 11 years after Singapore claimed independence. Yet, in 1997, the Changi Hospital was shut down and left abandoned until today. Enough history. Today, the Changi Hospital is left abandoned while still owned by Singapore Land Authority (SLA), with most of its property damaged by vandals, criminals, drug users, Satanists, and even demolished sites such as the operating theater, emergency department, and the mortuary. The Changi Hospital is still relatively large and surrounded by anti-climb fences and proximity sensors that warn you when approaching too close. It's also monitored by CCTV, having any trespassers caught would be punished with 3 months of jail time and or a fine of 1,300 Singapore dollars. The Changi Hospital had even turned into a movie back in 2010. The film was filmed in a concept quite like the Blair Witch Project, as it was filmed with a handheld camera almost throughout the film. While filming, the crew, including the actors, had gone through an odd experience that made them never want to return after the film was over. From loud noises, whispers, seeing a woman in black, shadow figures, and even touched by the things they can't see. The crew also claimed to have filmed a dark figure and even placed it in the movie towards the end. Although when it comes to filming movies at haunted places, it's rather hard not to think that it was all just an elaborate hype to promote the film. Perhaps they spooked themselves or were spooked by the crew to get into character in the process. Yet, I could be wrong. However, what got me was the number of stories I found online regarding this eerie story that many had encountered. Many people have explored the Changi Hospital, from paranormal investigators to teenagers looking for a thrill, yet the stories that they claim to have experienced have all been the same. It is said that you explore into the Changi Hospital in groups, you may end up slowly drifting away from that group. By drifting away, I mean you might think that you are following your friend when in fact you're not. These stories claim that this supernatural thing takes the form of a familiar figure to lure you further and further away to wherever they want you to go. As mythical as it sounds, numerous people have claimed that this has happened to them, yet no missing reports have yet been filed or proven. With Changi Hospital's dark history and creepy abandoned look, it's no doubt why people say that this is Singapore's most haunted place. Yet after hours of searching, I couldn't find any videos or evidence that shows anything paranormal about the place. As a video editor, I can say that most of them were easily faked and did not earn the spot to be included in this video. However, with little evidence found in the Changi Hospital, it's quite hard not to deem this place haunted, as the area is also heavily guarded, which makes it hard for anyone to find anything inside today. Perhaps the government decided to seal off the area to protect the locals from something that they know and that we might not. I'll leave that up for you to decide. This is Defies, and thank you for watching.